getting back to the theme of today and getting, I guess, new plant nutrition and soil fertility right, I really thought that the more appropriate one would be Papa Bear from the Three Bears, and everybody's got to have heard of the Three Bears, because that enduring theme in this particular fairy tale was not too hard, not too soft, but just right, not too hot, not too cold, and so on. And it's really about having one's soil not too low and not too high, but just right. And the question is, well, what is that just right level?
That just right level for dairy farm soil nutrients is important for farm profitability, animal health and environmental health. NRM North and Dairy Tas provided funding for the Tasmanian Institute of Agriculture to map nutrients on 20 farms and developed farm nutrient budgets to assist dairy farmers in getting to and staying in the just right spot.
My name's Stephen Ives. I work for the Tasmanian Institute of Agriculture, and I'm leading a project on nutrient budgeting for the dairy industry, working in the catchments of Meander and also the Brid catchment up the northeast. The reason why we're doing this project is to help farmers map the nutrients on their farm, and which will then help them to manage the export and input and the transfer of nutrients across the farm, so that they can better manage their nutrients over the longer term.
I'm Philip Hingston, dairy farmer at Chudley. Having all the paddocks done is going to give us more of an idea, okay, this is what we expect with these paddocks, this is what we expect with these ones, how our nutrient budgeting has gone for the last 15 years, okay, where we're calculating all the nutrients are going, are we fairly even, or are some paddocks still very high that we would think would be low? And that's how we'll use it.
While detailed nutrient mapping and budgeting may appear to be over the top with regard to managing farm nutrients, at the day-to-day level, it translates simply as strategic soil testing of paddocks. This may not cost much compared to the cost of adding fertiliser where it's not needed, particularly when excess nutrients may harm livestock and the environment.
Yeah, g'day, I'm Nick Cramp. I'm a dairy farmer at Chudley. Before the project I'd been aware of my own nutrient use and was trying to do that in a cost-effective and environmentally sound way. What the project actually enabled us to do was to map every paddock on the farm, which we wouldn't have done if we'd just been left to our own devices. So it provided the impetus to get a big picture, which wouldn't have happened. We would have just been focusing on little areas. Yep. So that's probably the biggest gain.
And how is that useful for you?
Well, because, as most dairy farmers will be aware, nutrients are moved around the farm by where you cut hay and silage, and because of different soil types you use different paddocks at different times of the year for different things. So it actually confirmed the results of practice that I was assuming was happening. So I did provide hard data to say, yes, that is what's happening. This paddock is high in K because I always calve there and feed a lot of hay. So that sort of thing was good. So that'll actually impact in terms of where we apply nutrients, in terms of fertiliser. There are some paddocks now that we won't be putting potassium fertiliser on because we know they're in excessive levels, whereas previously I would have thought, yeah, they're probably high, but probably wouldn't have acted on it had I not had the hard data and the coloured graphs and things to highlight that need.
And the whole reason we're doing this is because we want to ensure that the dairy farmers are on the front foot, demonstrating to the community that they are using fertilisers responsibly to maintain a sustainable dairy industry for the future.